Hey, in this video, I want to run through the difference between the frame of mind of the end consumer when clicking on a search ad versus clicking on a shopping ad. I think this is something that's heavily overlooked within the marketing Google Ads space, especially for D2C Google Ads, where, as we all know, shopping outperforms search almost in every single instance because of how much information there is prior to the click. You end up with a lot higher quality traffic flowing through shopping ads in comparison to search. But I think getting an understanding for the frame of mind and the psychology behind the user as they're making the search and going through the process of deciding whether to click on a shopping or a search ad is really critical in understanding how we should be building these campaigns from the bottom up and conceptualizing where we should be driving traffic on a landing page perspective as well. So I've got my screen share here on my phone, and what I'm going to do is just go ahead and Google for buy rugs. Now, as we do that, we'll notice that the very first thing that pops up is shopping ads. This is always going to be the case on a mobile search, given that there's purchase intent behind the key term. And then as we scroll down, we can start to see the sponsored search ads. We then get placed with Google Ads. This is almost always the placement right under the search ads. And then you begin to get your organic listings. Now, the statistics on the click share between shopping, Google Ads, and Google search ads, and then organic listings, it's all over the place. Some people say that 30% of listings go to Google shopping. Others say that 10 to 5%. I'm not going to quote any numbers here, but it's important to understand the psychology difference between a user that's going to immediately click on a shopping ad up the top here versus a search ad over here. Now, the key difference is that right away, you're going to be pulled in to shopping. It's a much more visual platform. We are visual people. And so you're right away usually going to be scrolling through these shopping listings to see if anything piques your interest as to the exact rug that you want. Now, right out of the gates, I'm looking for a green rug that's around about in the $500 to $600 range. I'm not seeing anything like that so far. In fact, none of this is what I want to be seeing. And so what I'm then going to go ahead and do is either change my search to green rug, or I'm going to begin scrolling down and I'm going to click on a search ad that's going to redirect me to a collection page, which I can further my search, or I'm going to go all the way down to an organic listing. Now, a certain percentage of users will go down and only click on organic listings. Another percentage of users are only going to be clicking on search ads. They don't care if it's an ad or not. They might not even notice that there's a sponsored button here. Now, regardless, the frame of mind shift is critical here. A user is going to scroll and start clicking on additional listings because they didn't see the product that they wanted in the top half within the shopping listings. Now, that's not the only reason as to why a user might scroll past shopping listings. Reason number 2 is that the end consumer might not currently be in the mindset of buying. And this is very, very common. They're still in an awareness stage. They're still wanting to build up further information around the product. And so their query might even infer that. For example, instead of searching for something like buy rugs, which obviously has an enormous purchase intent behind it, a user might be searching for where to buy rugs. Now, this is very much so more of a top of funnel key term. They haven't shown purchase intent. In fact, Google recognizes that. And so they haven't served shopping ads for this particular key term, and they're actually serving search ads instead. And so it's more for these top of funnel key terms where you're going to see more traffic flow into search ads. And so you want to be curating your landing pages according to that, knowing that users are still wanting to learn more. They're not sure about their purchase as of yet. You're getting them into your marketing funnel once they get the click onto site, as all of your pixels are going to pick them up, and you should start remarketing them across omni channels. So now it's about how can we pull this user in on that landing page, particularly how can we pull them in on the headline and description as well. What we've been seeing a lot of really good success with is actually bidding on these kind of queries and then redirecting to blog and FAQ pages. It seems counterintuitive. It seems like, why would we bid on such top of funnel of relevant key terms? And I'm not saying this is a great strategy for brands spending under $10,000 a month. But if you're spending over 6 figures a month on Google, this is an incredible strategy to leverage to get additional spend through the campaigns and continue scaling as a whole. And this campaign type in itself only comes from the understanding of the psychology of the end user as they're pathwaying through into search ads. Now, the number 3 reason as to what I'm aware of as to why users don't click on the shopping ads up the top here and then they scroll down and end up clicking on search ads or organic listings is due to the fact that they simply don't trust shopping ads. You'd be surprised how many clients I've spoken to or consumers that I've spoken to who say, oh yeah, I never click on them because they're ads. And that's a large proportion. In fact, a lot of consumers go, yeah, I don't click on these either because they're ads. I scroll all the way down. Little do they know that SEO is costing these brands just as much as paid media to rank in such a strong position. But regardless, that's why it's always important to still have an SEO component in the business as well as having a search ad component. Now, I might be missing reasons here. There might be more reasons outside of the 3 that I've stated in this video, but I thought this would be a helpful piece of content to inform how landing page design should be approached from a search ad perspective, as well as the mindset that these users are in when they're landing on pages through search ads. They're normally looking for further information on the product. They're normally not ready to buy. And so the landing pages should pander to that mindset of the end consumer. I hope this was helpful.